We are live. Hi, guys.
Hello, Chris. How are you?
Hey,
I'm
Chris.
great.
Thank you for having me on this beautiful day outside.
It's amazing. It's a little chilly, but it's amazing out.
It's beautiful. Feels like spring for sure.
I see you're working from the office today.
Yes, we've been coming to the office all this time. We love the routine, just to come here and just kind of just keep doing stuff.
Is your team all still working out of the office, or are you guys doing anything remote?
We're working mostly remote. All the acquisitions team is working from home. We just have the office manager coming here. And so it's normally just the three of us. Everybody else is working from home. But we like to keep the routine. I just like to wake up, not watch too much news, and just come to the office and just kind of just be here from 7 to 7 almost. I like to be here.
Good.
It's kind of the only thing we do out of the house. Like we just come to the office.
Yeah. It's been interesting. We pretty quickly tried to get everyone out of the office, and it's been a really interesting experiment in taking what is almost always sorry, I had a phone call in there. Hang on one second. Can you guys see me okay? Oh, there we go.
We can see you.
I had a phone call pop up as we were chatting there. It's been a really interesting experience to take like what was normally a show up at the office and do your closings at the office, and how do you within 2 weeks move everyone and your closings outside the office. It's been a really interesting exercise just as a business and as a business owner. Have you guys what kind of experiences have you both come across the last few weeks that have made you maybe think a little bit differently or do things a little bit differently than you normally in the past would have done them?
I mean, many things. I mean, I really think, I think about this not as a challenge or, that the things are going to change and we're never going to be the same. I really think we're never going to be the same, but I really think we're going to be better. Mm-hmm. And something that we talk about is like how many things in our life we don't really need, that we think that we need, that we think that we need to go out, that we need to go to sports events. Mm-hmm. Many things that even with our kids that are teenagers, they were always, having friends at home or going to sleepovers. And actually, I mean, they haven't met any friends for the past 3-4 weeks. The only one that hangs out with somebody else is my son, Sam, with his girlfriend. Mm-hmm. But other than that, we found out, we can have fun just living a simple life. Mm-hmm. I really think that. And you start valuing a lot while you really have that relationship. And we're really thankful for the kind of kids that we have, that we get to spend all this time with them. And I think the first week they were coming here to the office, but they went back to kind of, online school and things like that. So now they hang out, at home pretty much the whole time. And yeah, we kind of been learning to value those little things and understanding that we don't need that much. We don't need to go out. We don't need to go to a restaurant. We don't have to do that all the time. So
we, we are from Colombia, so we have contact with our families in Colombia, and they're having it the same way or worse than us. And one thing that is kind of standing out to me is that people is worried about what's gonna come and what's gonna change in our lives, in the economy, in the situations, in many things. And I feel like this is the time to not worry, but maybe to transform and to educate ourselves and to invest to the people that we love and the things that we love to do. So we definitely are more appreciative of that quality time that before the quarantine we were go, and you don't even know what's up. And this is the time to like take a breath and just focus in what's important to you.
Yeah, I totally agree. One thing I've always appreciated about you both, and that I really have enjoyed watching, is how you both kind of you're very family first, and you're also approach all this from an abundance kind of mindset, where there's a lot of opportunity here, and there's a lot of opportunity for everyone. And I think really this is a big time for people to be seeing what they're made of, what rises to the top. Do leaders step up and lead, or do we shrink away from these challenges? I'd love to learn a little more from you both about where does that come from for you. I know that you both are here from you came from Colombia, and I know some of your story, but I'd love to hear more of your story about what has set you up for this type of mindset and to become the successful real estate development company that you both have built.
I think many experiences in life. We've been together since I was 14. Esteban was 17. So we've been pretty much more than half of our lives together. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we've gone through a lot. Mm-hmm. And so now that scares us now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We came to the United States in 2000. We were already married, and we were expecting our first son, Jacob, and we didn't know what was the future for us. And then we started this journey. In 2013, we started the real estate business. But before that, we went through many things.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So I come from a family from entrepreneurs, and it's been always engraved in my mind that I want to have my own company, mm-hmm. and I want to provide jobs. Mm-hmm. So the way we started here without knowing anybody was, I started working with my hands as a handyman. Then I became a handyman with a helper, 2 helpers. Then I became a general contractor and just kept moving. And it was a completely different story for me from what I was living in Colombia. Mm-hmm. Because Colombia, even though it's a poor country, we had a really good position. As I mentioned before, my family is entrepreneur. They have companies, and they thrive through much of their lives. And I went to business school, and I came to here and just crashed, just do whatever I can do to support my family. Mm-hmm. And I really think that was a really good experience because I learned how to work in any condition, how to push, how never to slow down, and give me a really strong mindset. Now, I really think something that I love is just to give the best of me, mm-hmm. and fall in love with the process. Mm-hmm. So that's the only way that you can enjoy doing anything every day, mm-hmm. and just doing the best you can. And when the success comes, it's really nice. You enjoy it, but you're already ready for the next process. Mm. Keep pushing, and
also if there is a failure during the process, you're not expecting that failure. You are in love with the process. Mm-hmm. You keep going, and then you're enjoying your time. Even if the failure comes, you're down, and then you get up again because you are enjoying the process. Mm-hmm. It's very, very important.
Yeah, I really think if you don't fall in love with the process, there is 2 things that can come. One, if the success doesn't come, you quit, or when the success comes, you enjoy it and you're tired and you're not ready for the next step. To keep falling in love, loving that process and keep going for more successes to come.
Well, in the process, there really isn't, if you're thinking about it correctly, there really isn't a failure. It's a lot of, hopefully, what I've learned. There are absolutely large failures, but they also show you what not to do. And if you can minimize those failures to where they're really nothing. Sometimes they're expensive lessons, but they're really nothing more than lessons along that path that you're talking about, along that journey of wins. And there really isn't. It's just you either win, or you either learn, or you keep going.
You are absolutely right. So in the crisis in 2008, I remember things for us were really ugly, like because Esteban was in the construction business, and we were everything. Like everybody that was working with Esteban didn't pay, so we ended up having to file bankruptcy. And I remember that time as it was super, super painful, and it was humiliating. Like I felt like, but out of that moment of struggle and failure that I felt it was a failure, it came a super mindset. We came stronger. We came decided that we will never go back to that moment. You know what I mean? Like, so moments of difficulty are key in our lives. We have to have these moments because it's the only way that we're going to be successful in anything. Like getting out of that comfort zone is when we get that success, that energy, that wonderful things happen after that.
It's so true. And, you know, I had the same experience you both did. We got crushed in 2008 too. And I'm just thinking about like all the people today, you know, I couldn't see how important of a lesson that was in 2008. Like I can see it today.
Exactly.
And today it's like, oh yeah, I needed that to get here. But all of the people now, you know, there's now 22 million people that have just filed that are now unemployed, that were employed, you know, 6 weeks ago. And so many of them are in that place right now where, you know, it's easy for us looking back 12 years ago to say, well, we needed that, you know, and now so many people are having that experience right now that are going to come out the other side of this so much stronger emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically. It's going to be amazing to see the other side of this and what comes out of it, not just for those of us that have already walked through a lot of that fire, but for the people that are in the fire right now.
I'm very, very excited because I know great things are going to happen. I think the future is going to be really, really amazing. And this is the time, and I'm talking, I don't know how many people is watching, but I'm talking to everyone that to be confident that even if you're struggling right now, even if you're worried, even if you're kind of getting into that mindset of like stress or things are not going your way right now, just take that moment and just transform that to something that is going to be good. Read a book, like do something that is going to feed your mindset, your spirit, like many things. You can start like doing a lot of meditation, reading books, exercising.
Good habits, like good routines, versus it's easy in this time too to self-destruct. It's easy in this time to do the opposite. And you know, sometimes people, like I needed a lot of that in order to realize that I didn't want that anymore. You know, so you know, it takes what it takes for everyone. What we talked a little bit when we first kicked off the call about what things are looking like today for you all, and where you're at with the market, what you see happening on the ground right now, and where you see things moving. I'm really curious and interested in what you're all seeing and experiencing.
Yeah, so we've been doing rehabs and new builds, and pretty much, you know, 90% of the people that is working, you know, on the job sites. So we haven't slowed down at all on that sector. Now, we know that there is a big opportunity right now to keep buying houses and selling houses. At least what I see in the Columbus market, there is not a big slowdown. There is still a lot of investors trying to buy houses. There is a lot of marketing going out there. So for us, it really haven't slowed down. We've been investing a lot in new marketing, education for our team. And it happened that, you know, when the crisis came, we were kind of incrementing the amount of marketing that we were doing, and we just kept doing it. It didn't slow us down. I really think that the way we're pushing, the kind of relationships that we've been building on this time, we're gonna come out of this, you know, stronger than ever. And there is another thing, Chris, that I see, you know, and I haven't listened to many people talking about it, you know, like the difference in between the crisis of 2008 and 2020 is two completely different
approaches.
And environments. And what I see is that in the past 10, 12 years with the internet, a lot of people made a lot of money. A lot of people made a lot of money. And there is a social trend of people trying to help somebody else, paying for groceries, paying for this, paying for that. And that's why I really think out of this crisis, we're going to come a lot stronger, because these people is going to keep doing the same. Because I really think we found out that money is not what drives the world. And when you have money, really the money is not what makes you happy. The money is just a vehicle. And I see on social trends that what makes people happy is when they can do something for other people, or having experiences. It's not just buying the building or buying the house or having the best cars. There is a lot of people that is willing to give back. Philanthropy is been a really strong trend in the past few years. So I really think that's going to help to kind of turn around everything that is going on right now.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we're seeing people come together in ways that it's been a long time. And, it's so fascinating because all of this is happening to all of us at once. And so it's not across the world. And so it's just it's a really great reset opportunity. What I've been thinking about a lot is when this all happened, how do we do things safely? How do we keep people safe? And then how do we make sure our businesses survive? Because according to FEMA, during a disaster, half of small businesses shut down during a natural disaster. So how do we keep our businesses going? And now the last thing is hope. What do we want this new reality to begin to look like, for not just for us, but for our communities and for our families and for our businesses? And so, like, moving into the hope, moving into what you're talking about, where can we as business leaders, where can we be stepping up and showing people how to lead, showing people how there is more than just making a lot of money. Like, making money is great, but you're right, it's a vehicle. How do we do better things?
Exactly.
So what's next for you guys? I loved your, I've been watching your, it's kind of like what I would consider a competitor to like an open door type of on-demand kind of offer marketing you've been doing. I think it's great. I think the way the markets are moving towards kind of those, everybody wants everything instant. And so making it really eliminating a lot of friction for people to get these.
So we have a new brand.
Yeah, that's great.
Yes, it's called Prime Offer. And that's the brand that we're going to be marketing. So the sellers, the people that we're targeting is going to be, it's going to be more direct, giving the message direct, telling them what we do. Because I feel like in the past years, it was a little bit confusing because we do beautiful houses, when we rehab them, we do beautiful new builds, but really our business is to help homeowners that are in distress situations. That's basically our message, and we want, and then that's the idea with this new brand that is a Prime Offer by EyE Homes. Just to clarify the message that we do, because we want to get into those situations that are hard and give them hope, and then say, well, you don't have to face a foreclosure. We can help you out and we can buy your house. Or if there is not a good fit for us, we'll refer a realtor or something. So we are that hope for many homeowners.
Yeah, so for us, the goal is to buy houses, and if we buy right, we know that we have the team to rehab it and sell it and do everything else. But for us, it's really important what's behind, what is we call it the black swan. The black swan is that swan that exists, but nobody have seen, and it really exists. So uncover what is the real motivation of the seller, what's going on, so we can help and we can go the extra mile. We really feel like we need to help the people.
Mm-hmm.
It's not everything about the price of the house. It has to make sense for us. But in many occasions, we have let the homeowner to be a little bit longer on the property, even after we close, so they can put some money in their pockets and just kind of hire a moving company or whatever. We have paid moving companies. It happened to us one time that we went to this house, we made the negotiation and everything, and the owner mentioned that he didn't even have food for his dog, and he was vision impaired, so he couldn't go out to buy food, and he had to wait for somebody to come and take him to buy food. So right away, and we were just on contract on that property, and for me, it's kind of, I can be under contract, but until I close, I don't own that house. There is no deal, there is no money for us to be made. And what we did was, we went and bought some groceries, got a gift card, bought dog food, went to give it to the owner, and closing for that house. I mean, that was just the day that we put it under contract. Closing on that house was like 4 weeks later. And if you think on a business mind, why you want to do that if you may just lose that deal? But for us, it was just the right thing to do. And we talked to the person and we say, if you need anything else, let us know. And everything went pretty smooth. And we were, that's what makes me smile and make us smile sometimes, when you can do something and that's the happiness. You don't even have to share with everybody. It's it just makes you smile, just make you okay. So we really like to help on that situation. And on the other side, the team that we have, we want to give the best we can, education, opportunities, everything. And then, doing these properties, we love the subcontractors that we have. We like to work with them. We pay on time. And same, when we sell the properties, it's like a whole process that it really makes, that deal from start to the end, just kind of make you think, hey, you know what, there is a good reason why we're doing this, and everybody's happy from the seller to the buyer, and we're there all the time. So we really like to, what we do. We enjoy what we do every day.
And Chris, what really makes us strong as a company is the team that we have.
Yeah.
No, because they're great salesperson, no, because we share the same values. So I always say values before skills. So we really care the people that work with us, and we believe that they have the same values as we do. And I think that's what makes us different, and that's what makes this company great.
I think that's great. I think that's really just a commendable position to take. And it is so important. It's so important to have people that are aligned with your values. And I love the idea that, sometimes you just do things because it's the right thing to do.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean it's going to save us any money. It doesn't mean it's going to, you do things because it's just the right thing to do as a human being. So I love that. Could you talk me through a little bit? I want to understand your Prime Offers platform a little bit more. If I'm someone that is interested in that, thinking about maybe selling my house, or I'm not sure what to do, could you talk through kind of what that experience is like for that home seller?
Yes. So the Prime Offer, our goal is just to get to the possible sellers in every way we can. So it could be, direct mail, social media. We have a campaign, email campaign, printed. So the idea is that when they see Prime Offer, is pretty consistent, the message. We're not changing. We're trying to be super consistent with the title, with the message, with the logo, with everything. And the idea is for them to make it as easy as possible. So they can pick up the phone and call. If we go through social media, they just put the address, of the property that they're thinking to sell, and we send them the offer, or we give them a call. They can text us. So it's just kind of if they like to use the technology, if they like to use the phone, if they just like to text, we do we do the many different things, and the idea is to accommodate to them. Now, and the other part is, as I say, just kind of building a relationship. So we put something together that we say, okay, please, I mean, first we want to serve, then we want to build a relationship, and then we make the profit. So the profit is just the last thing that we want to do, and we want to make the profit if we can serve people.
Yep.
We can build a relationship, and then the profit comes. So that's the way we approach every call. Every time that we're on the phone, is kind of, okay, how we can help this person. Hey, it needs to make sense to us, but what do you need? How we can help? And another thing is like, what makes us different in a way is like every property that we put under contract, we buy it. We don't want to walk away from those properties. And sometimes we have to move the closing because paperwork is not ready, because something title is not ready for some reason. But every time, even if we look to wholesale the property, we can, we have relationships with different people. We might wholesale for a fee, but if that doesn't happen, we're buying the property. It's not, oh, I couldn't wholesale, I couldn't find a buyer, we're going to walk away. That never, ever happened to us. Right. So that's the whole idea, to really, when we say we're going to buy for this price, you do your inspection, everything is good to go. You just go ahead and closing the timeline, and everybody's happy.
Chris, I answered your question. Prime offer makes it really simple. It's just that first initial contact through text, call, or submitting the information online. Then one of our people will call that person. We'll go through some of the condition of the house, and we'll give an offer within 24 hours. Yeah. And then after offer accepted, they can choose their time of closing. And we are flexible. We can close as 5 days, or as long as or be in contract until they fix whatever they need to fix or whatever.
So the fastest closing we had was 3 days.
3 days.
And it was thanks to the help with work-class side.
2 claps. Yes.
That's great.
Yes.
I think it's amazing.
That's the beauty of it.
Yes.
The team, Jim Ross, a realtor, amazing realtor. Work-class title.
Amazing company to work with.
So yeah, so that's kind of the walkthrough with Prime Offer. That makes it super, super simple. There is not let me go to your house and make the offer in your house. We make the offer right there on the phone. We
just accommodate to the seller what the seller wants to do. If they want to meet, okay, we meet with you. Yep. If there is a possibility, we wanna create that confidence, that credibility, that they can really trust us, that they're dealing with the right people.
But really, we're trying to give that message that we are here to help homeowners in difficult situations, and we make it really, really simple.
I think it's great. I think it's I think what you're seeing too, and you're seeing these concepts validated by companies like Open Door, and so you're giving a viable local alternative to when a company like that comes into the market. You guys are already going to be here established doing this, and you're going to have the community's trust, which is going to be the most important thing, especially when you see a company like that now killing all their contracts. They're
but a little bit different than Open Door and their concept. Because Open Door will come and work with the homeowner, and they will charge a fee if there is some repairs to the house, and then the homeowner will receive the purchase price at the end of the sale when Open Doors sells the house. We come right now, and then they don't have to do anything. They don't have to wait for anything. So it's just a little bit different than Open Door, but more like with us is like we don't have hidden fees. We don't have any, like, there is no repairs. There is no fees.
We made home selling simple.
Yeah, I think it's great. And I think it's great to articulate those differentiators in your value proposition too, because I do think, this is going to become more and more of a thing. And I think you're smart to get it out there before everyone else in a way that's going to be better than what everybody else could put out in the market. And you're out there early enough where people are going to be able to know, like, and trust you before everyone else. And so I think it's great. I think it's absolutely the direction to go, and I'm excited for you guys.
Yeah, we are excited.
Yeah, no, we're super excited.
Prime Offer is our baby.
I get it.
Yeah. We're putting a lot of effort to Prime Offer.
Yeah, and I want to tell people out there, just keep doing stuff, just keep educating yourself, just join as many webinars or Zoom calls as possible. It's really important to listen, and we're in real estate, and it's really important. But we need to understand what's going on out there. Yes, we need to listen some kind of news, but just don't dig too much into the news. Just kind of be pretty neutral. Just know what's out there, what's going on. Care for the people that is sick. Care for the people that is dying. Care for the people that is in the front lines. Yes, we really care, and we would like to help as much as we can. But just try to listen, and not just your industry. Just try to listen other industries. This is a tip that I got from Tony Robbins a few years ago when I did business mastery with him. I had the opportunity to ask him one question, and I was like, "Hey, Tony, I'm doing real estate. I have the best mentors. I'm following the best systems. How can I be different? How can I innovate?" Because he talks a lot about innovation, and he was like, "Don't just listen to your industry. Just try to listen leaders in different industries. You need to know what's out there, not just in that real estate box."
Yep.
And I really think that's super important, just to listen everything. And we are good enough to kind of take what is best from people, because we believe, in mentors. And I always say, I have many mentors, and even though I have the opportunity to meet people that we have different values, we have different beliefs, we have different things, and I don't want to model their lives completely, but at least I'm smart enough to take, okay, you know what, he has these strategies that I really think they might work in my system. So what I say is kind of, don't block people completely. Don't say, oh no, they're not good enough or whatever. No, just be open, but just be open-minded. Try to listen, small, big, huge, and just follow those that kind of have the values that you have. You know what I mean? Just follow and model those, but be open to listen different industries, different people. Don't judge by the book. Don't ever do that, because you get big surprises.
Take what you need and leave the rest.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Simple.
Well, I appreciate you both, and not just professionally, but personally. I think you're both wonderful examples of how working hard and having the right values and the right focuses can really just be a really wonderful thing. It's a wonderful message. So thank you both for connecting today and catching up. And as always, if there's anything I can do for either of you, please let me know.
Same here.
And I want to mention this. You text us through Messenger, like 4 days ago. And what I got was like, hey, I would like to catch up with you guys on a call. And I'm like, okay, yeah, let's plan it. I didn't expect to be live, so I'm really grateful. Thank you so much for thinking about us.
You trick us.
No.
It's an honor. We don't take it for granted. This relationship that we have with you. But it was just like that. I mean, just yesterday I was like, man, we're gonna be on Facebook Live. Yeah, okay.
And I even told Esteban I cannot. And on Thursday at 2, I cannot, because I'm working. I'm doing a workout thing at 3 in the afternoon with a group, and Esteban was like, "Well, you do it from home," and I'm like, "Oh," and then it was live, and I was like, "Okay." No,
we wanted to do it together. We really wanted to be here. For me, it's really important to have my wife next to me. This is the two of us, and we love it. Thank you so much for having us here today.
Of course, anytime. And try to enjoy some of the sun. I hope you still get your workout in, and enjoy some.
I will. For sure. That's one of my priority things in life. Like, seriously, like I love the fitness life.
Good. Well, thank you both again. And appreciate it.